Sairam sisters, Sairam.
Sairam, what a beautiful dance it was by our little sisters. Do you know the girls on the rotating wheel are only in class 4?
Oh, really? But why fear when Swami is here? Any daring stunt can be done with Swami's name on one's lips.
So true. We are so fortunate to be part of annual sports and cultural meet where we get to present our skills and please the Lord of the universe.
Absolutely. What a wonderful display it was of various sports and cultural items by all our brothers and sisters. Swami has blessed us to be exposed to various skills in sports, education, and arts, most of which I had never even dreamt of seeing in my remote village of Telangana.
Swami has chosen us from remote villages and is molding us to become well equipped, all rounded instruments for his mission.
Very true, my friend. Swami is the Purna avatar of this Kali age who has come to transform us and the humanity at large. On that note, God has actually descended on the earth time and again to uplift Dharma and to protect his devotees.
Yes, we have heard about the Dashavatars in the fascinating stories surrounding them and how aptly it is displayed right above us here in Premamrutam.
But have we really understood the interpretation of each avatar in our daily life?
Let us all collectively recollect the various aspects of each avatar and what we understand about them.
That sounds very interesting. Can you tell me what an avatar is first, sister?
Yes, why not? According to our scriptures, Mother Earth has cycles of 4 yugas. Each yuga or age is culmination of few thousand years and is marked by the ascent of God as different avatars. Before joining in Swami's college, I used to believe that God is sitting somewhere far away in heaven and watching us and we cannot reach him. But now, I have realized that he is always among us from the beginning of this creation as different avatars. Only we are not able to realize it.
There is a purpose behind everything in this universe. What do you think is the purpose of a divine incarnation?
Dear friends, God is unfathomable. We cannot understand his leelas. As Lord Krishna declared in Gita, to protect dharma and to revive human values, he will come from time to time.
Despite hearing to these stories of Dashavatar innumerable number of times, one always feels mesmerized by them and can derive new teachings from them. Let us once again drink the nectar of these divine appearances of Lord Vishnu in his Dashavatar.
Let me start first. The purpose of first avatar, Matsyavatar, was to preserve Vedas, which was stolen by the demon Hayagriva and hidden at the bottom of ocean. As a preserver of the universe, Lord Vishnu ensures that knowledge of Vedas passed safely from one yuga to another. So in the form of Swami, he is also continuing that mission. Swami has always emphasized on preservation of Vedas by initiating learning of Vedas in all his institutes.
That is true. We have started to learn Rudram every Thursday in our college too.
Lord Vishnu, in the second avatar, as Kurma avatar, helped the gods to win the Amrita or the elixir of life over the demons during the churning of the ocean. Yes, in fact, the ocean is the representative of the deep consciousness of the human mind. The gods and the demons themselves represent our own good and satanic tendencies. The tug of war represents the struggle inside us to choose between the good and the bad karma in our everyday life. And the choices we make by our own free will determine whether we get a chance to taste that elixir or remain mortal.
If that is true, then why do we have to do anything? We can just sit and chant the name of God so we would not be bounded by karmas.
No, my dear friend, Swami has always said to practice his teachings as he lovingly says, hands that help are holier than the lips that pray.
In the third incarnation, Lord Vishnu came as Varaha avatar. In the third incarnation,
Lord Vishnu came as Varaha avatar. He is best.
Oh, I always thought that Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were very bad.
No, Swami says that people whom we assume bad are also his devotees. As we do not know about their past, we tend to make false assumptions about others.
That is very true. Everybody is evolving, so we do not have the right to judge people.
Yes, it's absolutely true. In Narasimha Avatar, Lord Vishnu incarnated to help his two devotees, Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu, in different ways. Lord Vishnu took this appearance because Hiranyakashipu had asked Lord Brahma as boon that no man, no animal, no weapon should be able to kill him. So Narasimha Avatar came as a momentary manifestation of divine to rescue Prahlada from his father Hiranyakashipu. In this avatar, God depicted how faith in God will protect one in all circumstances and that without the will of Almighty, no one can escape death.
Swami says that ego is a very big obstacle in our path. If we look at the fifth incarnation of Lord Vishnu as Vamanavatar, we can realize the importance of this teaching. Bali symbolizes pride. Though he was a great devotee of the Lord, thought he could donate anything to anyone who asked him, including God. When he realized his mistake, his ego was crushed and Lord Vishnu established him as the ruler of netherworld.
Lord Parshurama incarnated as the sixth avatar to annihilate the unrighteous, sinful and the destructive rulers who neglected their duties and ravaged the earth. He was the guru of Bhishma, Drona and Karna in Mahabharata. Unlike other avatars, Parshurama is said to be Brahma Kshatriya, the first warrior saint descended of Brahmarshi Vishwamitra. Lord Parshurama is said to be still alive on this earth.
I hope we might be able to have his darshan someday.
What a beautiful thought, sister. We are blessed to be in the presence of Purna Avatar even today.
Yes, we are indeed blessed.
Lord Rama, as the seventh embodiment of Dharma, was a perfect man who came to demonstrate the courage and valor in facing the challenges in life.
I have always had a question lingering in my mind. Why the embodiment of Dharma sent Sita to the forest, that too when she was pregnant?
Yes, that is a valid question. Swami has given a perfect answer for this. When Rama had gone behind the golden deer, Lakshmana refused to follow him. Sita then scolded Lakshmana for not following her order. To atone for that sin, she had to go to the forest as Lakshmana had left everything to serve them.
It makes sense now. But then Rama also ended up having to undergo the pangs of separation from Sita.
Absolutely. He was also facing the atonement of being separated from his wife, since he had been the cause for separating Lakshmana and Urmila for so many years.
Now I understand. Lord Rama was Maryada Purushottama. He showed that God also has to face difficulties after coming to the earth and bear the consequences of the deeds, though inwardly God is not attached to his actions.
Enchanting Krishna was a Purna avatar. He came to promote bhakti and prema. Swami considers bhakti of Gopikas as the highest form of worship. Though they were rustic country women, their prema towards Krishna was unparalleled and unique.
Oh yes, once when Krishna wanted to show everyone the bhakti of the Gopikas, he complained of a headache which could only be relieved by the dust of a devotee's feet. Everyone, including his wives, refused from the fear of incurring sin. But the Gopikas readily agreed without worrying about the outcome.
The ninth avatar is Gautam Buddha. His quest for knowledge set him off on a path of renunciation from princely life and into deep meditation. His penances resulted in enlightenment. He then spread the message of an eightfold middle path to create peace in daily life.
Coming to the 10th avatar, Kalki avatar. He is our Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba.
Our Swami, Sri Satya Sai Baba, in his unique, unprecedented trilogy of divine incarnation, has come to revive Dharma and to transform humanity. Swami says Unlike other yugas, nowadays good and evil are in everybody, so he cannot destroy everyone. He has come to transform us. His message is to love all and serve all. In this message, he sums up the whole purpose of existence as by following his teachings, we can easily reach him and become one with him.
We pray to our dear Swami to give us strength and grace to aspire to realize the oneness with him, as he says,
I to we and we to him.
Let us now witness the depiction of various avatars we just discussed above in the form of a dance ballet.
Jai Sai Ram.